Hey there and welcome to Xbox On. Now, if there's one thing we like more than great games, it's great games with a tasty price tag. So we're incredibly excited about the spring sale that kicks off today and runs until the 17th of April. There are mountains of savings to be had, with an extra 10% off on top if you're an Xbox Live Gold subscriber. I've looked over the offers to pick out some great deals that you'd be crazy to miss. If you're a regular viewer of Xbox On, then you know we're obsessed with Battlefield 1. Few games have eaten up our free time like DICE's incredible World War I shooter. Now's a great time to dive in, not just because it's cheap, but because the game has only got better since it first released. DICE has added new maps to go to battle on and introduced custom game modes, which spice up traditional game types with some awesome modifiers like thick fog and no minimaps. Throw in a bump-in level cap and the introduction of combat ribbons, and there's so much for you to dig into. Plus, if you're really keen, you can opt for the Season Pass and swipe yourself the excellent They Shall Not Pass DLC. It introduces a giant freaking tank. Need I say more? If you like to wait for games sales before picking up the latest releases, then you clearly got a strategic mind, so why not put it to good use in Halo Wars 2? The sequel to the best-selling console real-time strategy game of all time gave us everything we hoped for. The battles are bigger, the strategies are deeper, and those incredible CG cutscenes are some of the greatest Halo action scenes of all time. We're particularly into Blitz mode, which strips out base building to focus on the ancient art of chucking two massive armies at each other until one of them explodes first. As an added bonus, it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title, so picking up a digital copy on Xbox One gets you the game on Windows 10 too. What a bargain! We picked Forza Horizon 3 as our top Xbox One game of 2017. There's just something about driving those ludicrously shiny motors across the ludicrously shiny beaches of Australia. The third installment in the series takes everything you love about Horizon: the open world, the insane stunt challenges, and of course hundreds of sexy machines, and dials it up to 11. The setting is absolutely inspired, as it allows for off-road racing in the sand dunes, obscenely fast dashes down ocean highways, and tight urban racing on the streets of Surfers Paradise. It's one of the best playgrounds ever built. We defy you to play it without a big grin on your face. Next on our list is Titanfall 2. We all knew that Respawn were going to knock it out of the park with their classic man vs mech online multiplayer, now with added grappling hook for amazing aerial takedowns, but the big surprise was the single player campaign. It's the tale of one man and his robot, splitting the action between intense firefights, some epic Titan boss battles, and a tidal wave of invention. One level sees you battling in a factory that builds houses, while another involves time travel to get the drop on your enemy. It's a thrilling ride from start to finish, and for this price, you'd be mad to miss out. Prepare for Titanfall, soldier. Of course, not every shooter needs a single-player campaign to win our hearts. Overwatch isn't so much a game as a way of life. The reason I'm doing this video alone is that I couldn't tear Benny away from playing the game. It's hard to think of another hero-based game where every character is so much fun to get to grips with. And Blizzard being the generous souls that they are, the game is only getting better, with new characters joining the roster and themed events running throughout the year, giving you the chance to unlock those tasty character skins. Oh, and if you like challenging achievements, you'll be in heaven. Unlocking those bad boys separates the wheat from the chaff. Rainbow Six Siege is another game that has changed massively since it first released. Over the last year, Ubisoft has added new operatives to play as and new maps to infiltrate, almost doubling the size of the game. And that's not to mention hundreds of tiny tweaks they've made to keep this game of cat and mouse as tight as it can be. Whether you're sneaking into buildings or trying to defend them with ingenious traps, Siege is one of the most tense video games you can play. If you're looking for something a little smarter than your usual spray and pray shooter, this is a great price to jump in at. Our next spring sale pick surely doesn't need any introduction. Gears of War 4 made a glorious return last year, picking up the story some years later in a world being torn apart by vicious storms. It felt like a great return to form for the series, opting for a more intimate story set over a hellish 24-hour period. With a revamped Siege mode, introducing clearly defined character classes for extra tactical depth, and the classic multiplayer, this will keep you playing for months. Of course, our favourite way to play is in co-op. A friend can join you on the couch, or you can encourage them to pick it up in the sale too for some awesome online fun. If your lasting memory of Watch Dogs is of moody Aiden Pierce stomping around gloomy Chicago, then the sequel is here to overwrite that. Watch Dogs 2 feels like a completely different game. It's set in sunny San Francisco, its hero is a playful hacker with a love of parkour, and the missions have a colourful sense of humour. What other game features a mission where you have to hack into Ubisoft itself to steal details of their next game? Just messing around with hacking powers, using them to hijack smart cards for example, is enough to fill tens of hours. If this slipped under your radar last year, this spring sale is a great time to sort that out. If you watch our weekly list features, you'll know that The Witcher 3 features pretty heavily. That's because the game is rammed with so many great ideas. It's an epic to rival the mighty Skyrim, only set in a world with a darker sense of humour and starring one of the most badass heroes in all of gaming. When Geralt isn't taking on bounties and hunting hideous beasts, he's trying to pick his way through moral decisions and changing the fates of everyone he meets. Once you've exhausted its hundreds of hours of exploration, you can pick up 2 chunks of incredible DLC to keep the adventure going. You have to play this RPG classic. So those are the deals you'd be crazy to miss in this Xbox One spring sale. There are loads more on offer, so do let us know in the comments if there's a bargain you think your fellow viewers should be watching out for. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and join us throughout the week for loads more Xbox love. We'll see you again soon. Bye!